Greetings, YouTube. The Penguin has returned. A person named Stefano contacted me yesterday concerning an idea for an alien invasion as a starting point for a post-apocalyptic setting. And we've been bantering back and forth about this, but it got me thinking about using aliens as a post-apocalyptic jumping-off point. And I've used them myself in my 3rd edition Gamma World campaign, the Overkill campaign. That was started by an alien invasion. The system I was using at the time was that the different star clusters and systems were linked by jump gates. The jump gates were tuned to each other. So one star might lead to 2 or 3 other stars, and that star might lead to 3 or 4 other stars. And there was this interconnecting network of stars with jump points between many of them. But you just couldn't go to any star you chose. It had to go to specific stars. And when the aliens came, they used that star system to start hitting the Terran Empire. And someone, no one knows who, whether it was the aliens or it was the Terran Empire or it was an accident, but somebody broke the jump gate system. And all of the suns were essentially detuned. So they now had new jump destinations, pretty much none of which had human colonies on them. So suddenly the human colonies all found themselves isolated, the aliens all found themselves isolated, and that was where the post-apocalyptic setting started. The ones that had invaded the Tau system, where there was only one ship, they couldn't take it all on. They did a whole lot of damage, but they basically ruined the planet for high technology, but they couldn't invade, they couldn't beat it, they couldn't destroy it. They just wrecked it to the Stone Age and then hoped the humans wouldn't come back and kick their asses. That never actually got to be the revenge I wanted to run, but it would have happened someday, I hope. So, I think if you're going to use aliens, you have to ask yourself a number of questions. Do you want subtle invasions, or do you want out-and-out guns blazing? And now Stefano wants guns blazing. His idea is to have some kind of interdimensional alien invasion, or possibly, a jump gate idea, as I just mentioned, through our sun. And they need our planet because it's within terraforming range of what they need because their planet is no longer habitable. It seems alien planets are always going bad. People just can't seem to take care of their planets. And he wants them to be higher tech than us. But since this isn't going to be just the aliens conquer and take over campaign idea, it's going to be a post-apocalyptic campaign idea. That kind of means that the aliens can't succeed completely. Because if they succeed completely, it's a different kind of game. So they have to fail at some point. They have to miss their mark. And the important thing is, how far off do they miss it? Are they completely broken? As in, are there little tiny pockets of aliens scattered around the planet? Say, we're going to assume it's Earth. Or are the aliens themselves all gone and just the remnants of their technology left? Do they have a few strongholds, like say 1 to 3 strongholds on Earth, where they are the dominant group and they use these as forays out into the rest of the world in the hopes of eventually taking over the planet? Or do they control a large section? Say they control the continent of Australia or North America or something like that. And they're using that as a jumping off point to conquer the rest of the planet. And where you have your campaign set could be, is it slaves of the aliens, or is it resistance fighters in a neighboring country, or is it trying to launch a counterattack from a far country where you have a pure human culture able to still have some technology to hopefully fight the aliens? And where you want to have that is dependent on geography and the tech level of the aliens and things like that. So I thought I'd ask the YouTube community out there, if you were going to use aliens as your stepping off point for a post-apocalyptic setting, what would you do? Subtle, out and guns blazing, and they come in. And if they do come in guns blazing, how competent are they? Are they coolly logical like the Vulcans? Are they super soldiers? Are they the Klingons, the hot-blooded? They can be manipulated and twisted emotionally. Are they so alien they have absolutely no bearing whatsoever in anything that we can comprehend? And they do things that may seem to make no sense at all, and yet in the process, they're destroying our planet and destabilizing the societies they're in. So, I'm just curious. What would you do with aliens if you were going to use them in a post-apocalyptic setting?